Hello students, welcome back to our maths class. In the first video we had learned about the basic concept of this chapter. Now still few more concepts to be learned under this chapter. We move on ahead with that. These are the types of angles. There are so many other types of angles which are not right or straight angle. In the first video we had learned straight angle, okay, right angle, complete angle. Now let us move further. Acute angle. This you all know very well, children, right? You have learned in your lower classes what are acute angles. An angle less than right angle means less than 90 degree, we call it as acute angle. Then we have obtuse angle. An angle greater than right angle and less than straight angle is called an obtuse angle. Okay, that means it is greater than 90 degree and less than 180. Next we have reflex angle. An angle greater than straight angle. Straight angle is 180. So more than 180, we call it as reflex angle over here. Now, how do we measure angles here? By observing an angle, we can only get the type of angle, but to compare it properly, we need to measure it. Only by observing it, we cannot tell that what is the measure of that particular angle. So for accurate comparison, we need to measure it. An angle is measured in degree. What do we use, children? Degree. One complete revolution is divided into 360 equal parts. Okay, 360 equal parts. So each part is 1 degree. We write it as 360 degree. Right, we can measure the angle using a ready to use a device. We use a ready-made device to measure this angles, which we call it as protractor. It has a curved edge which is divided into 180 equal parts, and it starts from 0 degree to 180 degree, from right to left and vice versa. Okay, so the device that we use to measure the angle, we call it as protractor. You can see this is a protractor. You can see it is a curved. It has 180 parts from right to left, left to right. Okay, but here two side zeros are given. That will depends on the sides wherever you are going to take, children. That you have to be very careful that which side zero you have to read. Okay, but as it will go with the exercise, will teach you. For example, chalo basically we go with, suppose your arrow, okay, whichever side the arrow is facing, that side 0 you start reading. This is the basic thing you should understand. Whichever side your arrow reads, that side 0. So here my arrow is this side. So I will be starting 0, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and I will move on this direction. But if my arrow is suppose this side here, I will start reading 0 of the another side, that is from left side. This is right side and this is left side. So 0 I will be counting of this side. So please follow this thing, whichever side your 0 faces, that arrow faces, that side 0 you have to read to measure a particular angle. Now perpendicular lines. If two lines intersect each other and form an angle of 90 degree, then they must be perpendicular to each other. Here AB and MN are intersecting at point M. They are meeting at point M and they are forming a right angle, and we will write that here AB perpendicular to MN, or MN is perpendicular to AB. This is the symbol of perpendicular, children. Perpendicular always means that the particular angle formed by these two lines is always 90 degree. So here you can see MN is perpendicular to AB. This symbol shows that the particular angle formed here is of 90 degree. Now perpendicular bisector. Bisector means something that is dividing one into two parts. So, if a perpendicular divide means a line divides another line into two equal parts, then it is said to be a perpendicular bisector of that line. Here CD is the perpendicular bisector of AB as it divides AB into two equal parts here. Which are the two equal parts here? This side AD you have and this side you have DB over there. So you can see CD is dividing line segment AB into two parts, AD and DB equally. So we can call CD as the perpendicular bisector of AB. Perpendicular bisector, why? Because it is dividing the line into two parts, and whereas it also forms here an angle of 90 degree. Now next shape we learn here is triangles. How do we classify the triangle? But before that, let us understand what is a triangle here. Triangle is a polygon with three sides. It is a polygon with the least number of sides. Every triangle is of different size and shape. So we can classify them on the basis of the sides and angles. Okay, so triangle is a polygon with the least number of sides, and we can classify the triangle into two different sides and angles. So first classification we will take on the basis of sides over here, which we have here first is scalene. If all the sides of a triangle have different measure, then we call it as a scalene triangle. For example, here this is a triangle, this is a measurement 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter and 4 centimeter. You can see the measurement of all the three sides is different. So this is a scalene triangle. Similarly, isosceles triangle, if two sides of the triangle have equal measurement, for example, the given triangle here, this is 2 centimeter, this is 2 centimeter and this is 3 centimeter. Here you can see these two sides are having same length. That means this type of triangle is an isosceles triangle. Equilateral. If all the sides of the triangle are equal, equilateral itself means lateral means sides, equi means equal, equal sides. So the triangle having all the sides equal is called an equilateral triangle. That means the measurement of the given triangle, suppose all the three sides are of same measurement 3, 3, 3. So such type of triangle we call it as equilateral triangle. Now classification on the basis of angles. First, acute angle triangle. If all the angles of the given triangle are less than 90 degree, then it is called an acute angle triangle. Okay. Similarly, right angle triangle here, if one of the angle is 90 degree, then it is called an right angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle, if one of the angle of the given triangle is more than 90 degree, children, we call it as an obtuse angle triangle. Now the next shape we will learn here is quadrilateral. Here, as I told you children, lateral means sides, quadri is 1/4. Okay, so quadri means here you may tell 4 only. Okay, so the figure having 4 sides is called a quadrilateral. So basically a figure wherein it is should always be a polygon only. Polygon means any figure made up of only line segments. Okay, so you can call this figure that is made up of line segment as quadrilateral because it is a first thing, it has to be a polygon. That means it has to be made up of only line segment, no curved. It cannot be like this. Okay, no curves, line segments only with the 4 sides a figure, we call it as quadrilateral. So you have different types of quadrilaterals also. Okay, first let us learn about rectangle, which is also a quadrilateral here. Okay, it has two pairs of equal opposite side that we already know, children. Opposite sides are parallel and all the angles of the rectangle are 90 degree. Okay, you can see here all are 90 degree, opposite sides are parallel and equal. Similarly, square. Square is also another quadrilateral which is made up of a line segment and it has four sides. So, all the four sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel and all the angles are right angle over here. Next we have here is parallelogram. Parallelogram here is also a quadrilateral which has two pairs of parallel opposite side. Means the opposite sides of the parallelogram are parallel, means they go in the same direction. They never intersect each other. Okay. Therefore, square and rectangle are also parallelogram. Then we have rhombus. Rhombus is also a quadrilateral. In rhombus we have all the four sides measurement same. Okay, the opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal and diagonal intersect. What are the diagonals? The line segment joining the non-consecutive vertices. Non-consecutive vertices means this. You can call opposite vertex. Okay, this is the opposite vertex when it joins here, right? So, this is called a diagonal. We have another diagonal also here. This is also another diagonal. If I name it here, A, B, C and D here, AC and BD are the two diagonals of this rhombus. Next you have trapezium. Trapezium is also a quadrilateral which has one pair of opposite side parallel here. You can see here the figure of the trapezium. Here only this side is parallel whereas these sides are not parallel. So, such a quadrilateral wherein only one pair of side is parallel, we call it as trapezium. So, with this children we end this concept over here. Hope you all understood all these different shapes and its types, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.